You know, I think the wisest thing my grandfather ever taught me was if you're going to do something for somebody, do it out of the kindness of your heart and do not expect them to appreciate it and do not expect them to return the favor. I think I was like probably in my teen years. I don't even know what it was. I did something for somebody and I expected them to do something in return. I genuinely can't remember, but I was so mad about it. You know, I was telling my dad or my grandpa, but eventually my grandpa got the word and he was like, man, listen, the next time you do some shit, make sure you're doing it because you want to do it. You want to do it for them because they might not even give a fuck. Okay. And that stuck with me up until this age because there are people out here that do not give a fuck what you do for them. And we have the perfect example of that one person who's ungrateful and a piece of shit. And that would be Sarah Mother effing Boone, boy. Because she's had people all over the world try to help her for malicious reasons or for their own personal reasons. But from what I understand, there's one person in Sarah Boone's life that was just in it for the love of the game. She was trying to help Sarah because she just wanted Sarah to do better in life. And that person is Lana. Okay? Remember, if you guys don't remember, Lana passed away. She was very sick. But up until the point where she passed away, she was doing everything in her power to help Sarah. She was a character witness. She contacted Sarah as much as she could. No matter how much she was loyal to Sarah, Miss Boone always finds a way to disparage her and call her the predatory one. Okay, so we're gonna get into a new phone call, and basically, we're going to break down even further the relationship between Sarah Boone and Lana. Okay, she calls Pete up and basically just gets to going in on her. Something about Lana Sarah never liked. You know what I mean? She always must have seen her as somebody that she could use and abuse. You know, Sarah tries to be friendly with Peter and Julian for some reason. When it comes to Lana, oh, she's got a whole bunch of shit to say about her. A whole bunch. But, anyways, let's get into this call, man. There's going to be a lot of self loathing and bitching. And then we're going to enter the whole Lana section of things. Let's go ahead and check this thing out.
Thank you for using Global Telink.
Sorry, just like there's no air conditioning in our dorm, and like girls are fighting over taking a shower in a bucket in the bathroom, and just
Directly the bitching. You know what I'm saying? And I do want to point this one thing out. She's looking down upon those girls. There's no water running, but there's two girls fighting over the ability to wash themselves with a bucket. Such idiots. You know what I mean? Such peasants. They're fighting over a bucket. I couldn't interest myself in fighting over the bucket of water. They're over there being animals. Sarah's the most pretentious bitch out there, bro. But let's keep it going.
sorry, just like there's no air conditioning in our dorm, and like girls are fighting over taking a shower in a bucket in the bathroom, and just the officer had to come in here, and it's literal insanity right now, and all of the lights are off with no running water
Why don't you guys have running water?
because they turned it off for whatever the reason was, and then nobody's turned it back on, and now they can't turn it back on. So it's just crazy, and with no air conditioning, and the lights are off. Are you in your car driving?
I am, yeah.
You know, I think it's the craziest thing that she believes that there should be air conditioning. Listen, the country I come from, them motherfuckers don't have AC in any wing of that prison, and it's in the Caribbean. It's in the tropical climate. The fuck you talking about air conditioning? You better get yourself a fan. You better have a family member that loves you and they buy you a Lasco fan to keep you nice and cool. Talking about there's no AC. Man, I wish Sarah Boone went to prison out in Belize. Man, she would probably die.
Okay. Well, can you answer me this too? Because I'm supposed to call Kevin Beck. What have you and Julian been talking to him about?
Nothing. I haven't really. I've spoken to Kevin like twice. I emailed him a bunch about trying to get in touch with you more than anything. I had him. I asked him to look over your the motions that we were going to file, and he told me they looked awesome, and that was it.
So help me understand this, or what I should do. Okay, so did he ask you to ask me if I wanted to talk to him directly?
I'm sorry, what?
Did he ask you to ask me if I wanted to talk to him directly?
The way I remember it is that you wanted to speak with him about your appeal and your family law case and some other things, and I was going to set up that call and try and facilitate that, and that's kind of where we left off.
Well, I'm wondering what he wants to talk to me about, because I remember when you asked me if I wanted to talk to him directly, and I thought he was asking you so you could be cut out as the middleman. Because I don't know, did you get my really big message that I sent to you of things that I've just been have been carried over from the 25th? Like there was a whole Bree is on there. Like nobody's told me about Bree, and she called like a month ago. Like I just don't know what's going on.
Okay,
So I was just
so
trying to play catch up.
I'm not sure who you had asked for the request to talk to Kevin and catch up with him to ask him about.
You're breaking up really bad. Sorry.
All right, so they're breaking up and they're falling apart. But Kevin, from what I understand, is the person who was going to help her with her family law, situation. So that was supposed to be the attorney who comes through, breaks things down for her, confirms if her motions are proper or not, this, that, and the other, right? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. From what I understand is that Kevin fell off of the face of the map because this bitch was a little too bitchy for him. Imagine you take a job and you're supposed to, consult somebody and they turn out to be a complete jackass, ignorant, obnoxious piece of shit. You're probably going to try to figure a way on how to escape that situation. Like, I'm not doing this. It's not worth my sanity. You know what I'm saying? So now Kevin starting to get a little shaky, starting to kind of disappear on her, and now she's getting all irritated. Bitch, you need to go with the flow when people provide you services that you don't even have, that you're not even, that you don't even deserve. You don't deserve that service. You know what I mean? Pete and Julian are doing their best to provide you with somebody, and you still manage to run them away. That's all on you. That's all on you. And to be honest, it's quite commendable. Your life is on the line and you still have a way to run away Kevin. That shit is crazy. But don't worry, it gets better because we go from Kevin, who's not doing a good job, over to Lana. Let's take our time, though. Let's keep it pushing.
You had asked to talk to Kevin because you wanted to talk to him, rightfully so, about him talking to Josh Adams and making sure that his input was put into the deal. I think you had some other questions you wanted to ask him about, and if he's willing to talk to you, that would be fantastic because then you could ask him
If
his
he's
advice
willing to talk to you.
family law stuff,
It's just
anything else.
yeah.
I think that would be
Well,
great.
it's just really weird because emailed him for me. Yes, he's willing to speak to me, but then I wrote him back and I said, are you still willing to be the ineffective assistance of counsel during my trial? Are you?
See, that was the problem. You emailed him back. Well, can you be my assistant of trial and can you be my assistant of counsel and can you print out 32 pages of this for me, and I also need this, and Peter has this, so can you actually email Peter and have him send this to you, and then from when you have it, you could send it to the judge, and then the judge can correspond with you. Listen, when he started hearing that fucking headache, and when he started seeing those wheels turning at 1,000,000 miles per second, Kevin said, hey, listen, fuck this bitch. I'm going home. I'm going to go and do something easier. Man, come on. And that's 1,000% what happened. There's no questioning AG Tactical on that. We've seen it happen 13 times with 13 other attorneys. You thought this time was going to be different? No. She's a repellent to anybody with any sort of intellectual ability. She's a repellent to them people. Let's continue.
Still willing to do this? Are you still willing to do that? A whole bunch of stuff that he told me he was willing and able to do, and then now he said he's not. So I don't know what it is I'm supposed
And
to
now
do.
he said he's not. Well, now he finds out, Sarah, that you're a fucking insufferable bitch, and he decided that his sanity was a little bit more important than a couple $1,000. Well, let's keep it real. He probably wouldn't have even gotten paid. It's a little bit more important than some pro bono work.
Be talking to him about on the phone.
He wrote you back and said he's not willing to do that.
Right. He wrote back, and she read it. She wrote
Not
it to me
willing.
verbatim and said that I forgot what the word is, that he's not going to cooperate. That's the word. He's not going to cooperate.
That's fair.
That might be for legal reasons. I don't know, but
That might be what?
it might be for legal reasons, and it very well might be to protect his own like legal standing. I would get it from the horse's mouth and ask him why.
I'm going to. I just didn't know. I just didn't know what you and Julian had been talking to him about, and I didn't want to miss something. So
No,
he's on my to-do list this week.
the only thing I heard him.
He's on my to-do list this week. Oh, really? He's on your to-do list? It almost seems like he's like a prisoner and she's about to go execute him. Yeah, he's on my to-do list. About to go pack him up real soon. You know, he's on my to-do list. Eventually, I'm gonna get to him, and he's gonna falter under the pressure of Sarah Boone. Yeah, he's on my to-do list. I'm gonna get him all right, bitch. You don't run anything. You're an alcoholic prisoner who's losing her mind over the overstimulus of being in prison. Lock in, sweetheart. Lock in. Focus up. You're gonna be in there for the rest of your life. Might as well start making a good time out of it. Make a little store, make a little shop, start selling things to be comfortable. Find a girlfriend, you know what I mean? Just settle in because you're going to be here forever. God damn it, I have to admit, guys, that's really sad. She could have got a 15-year plea deal, and instead she decided to stay in there until she croaks. Until the heart stops beating. It's tough.
Okay.
He said they looked really impressive.
Okay, that's fine.
So, now on
So then I'll say it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Julian spoke with Bree Kuhn,
Yep.
and she said she didn't know what you were referring to.
Oh my God. So she really is crazy. Okay. Well, I'm just not going to pursue that whatsoever because she's literally, I believe, insane. So that's fine.
Okay.
I don't want anything for her to have to deal with her futuristically anyway. Like, told me, she goes, why are you talking to that person? And I was like, because she said this and made this statement to me and approached me when I first got over here. She's like, Sarah, she's in there for first-degree murder for shooting her husband in the back in front of her kids.
Yeah.
So,
I think a lot of people in prison, when they approach you with that kind of stuff.
okay, well, scratch her. Just never mind. Okay,
I
whatever.
like how she's trusting in some random psycho who killed her whole family or some shit. Listen, Sarah, don't. I like how Sarah's talking about some random girl who tried to, scheme on her a little bit. I like how she's like, oh, she shot her husband in front of her kids. Oh my God, she's a crazy person. Bitch, you zipped your boyfriend up in a suitcase and let him suffocate until he died. I don't think you're that much better than her. I'm just going to throw that out here. I've never murdered anybody particularly myself. So maybe I'm just not the type of person that's allowed in this type of conversation. But I would say you're just as fucking bad, if not worse. Like, at least she shot him. She shot her husband. He probably died immediately. You let Jorge suffocate inside of a suitcase. Who's really worse?
Well, hold on. I'm trying to look at my list. Sometime, please, if you don't mind. Oh, Lana. How did she supposedly...
That good old-fashioned list, baby. That list has been going for 3 days straight. Now we're on Lana. Let's get to it.
How did she, in quotes, reach out to you?
She emailed me.
When, yesterday?
Either yesterday or the day before.
That's cool. Did you respond?
I don't know. If I did, I'm so busy, Sarah. If I did, it was like just, hey, I'll get right back to you. Let me talk to you. I got to get back to you. I'm too busy.
against popular belief, I feel like there's no way that you can forget whether or not you contacted somebody. Maybe you forgot what you said, but you forgot whether or not you contacted the person. Kind of sounds to me like Julian's just bullshitting. He just doesn't want to have to deal with it.
I don't know. If I did, I'm so busy, Sarah. If I did, it was like just, hey, I'll get right back to you. Let me talk to you. I got to get back to you. I'm too busy. If I did, I don't even know.
Okay, well, I hope you didn't, but if you did, whatever. Sometime I know that you're in your car, obviously going somewhere. Are you sitting in there waiting to get off the phone to me to go do whatever you got to?
No, it's okay. No, I'm driving.
Are you sure?
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay. So, I told about this, and said, she goes, what the fuck, Sarah? She thinks that she's lost her mind because 2 days prior, she went on Tanika's show for, to make sure that she apologized to Tanika and she apologized to all of her fans. She apologized for being my friend at one point and for being nice to me and ever helping me out, and said that she will never speak to me again or help me out futuristically. And then 2 days later or a day later, she asks you to buy me a hot meal and give me commissary?
Well, I mean, if you just take a step back, I mean, she's doing that with with that crowd because she's trying to look. I mean, I don't. You and I.
I don't. Yeah. So basically, you know what I'm saying, Lana's over here just having a good old time on the internet. You know, she went over to Tanika 2 cents, started balling it down to Tanika. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm a good person. Then she comes right back to Sarah like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm a good person. Here's some money. Listen, overall, I really don't know what the fuck Lana was on. You know, you could believe in what you want to believe in. She believed in Sarah. She thought Sarah was gonna be. She thought Sarah was innocent. You know, do you, boo boo. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that she was going back and forth, rightfully so, had Sarah kind of on the fence. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I do want to point this out. I do kind of agree with what Julian is saying. I think Lana did that just so that the public didn't crucify her. Lana always supported Sarah. Lana always wanted to see Sarah Boone win. Do I agree with her? Fuck no. But at the same time, it's like, you know, believe in what you want to believe in. I feel like Sarah's the snake for going against Lana, going behind Lana's back, saying that her dying doesn't matter, saying all these terrible things about Lana when she was just trying to keep her little personal life away from the drama. She just didn't want to be attacked. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I feel like Miss Boone doesn't know the first thing about loyalty if it's staring her in the face.
Probably don't have much like experience with social media, but like with this kind of nonsense. But these people are pretty brutal, and when you get doxxed, they like basically like email you. Like I've been doxxed, so I'm all over the internet now regarding your case, and
Yeah.
and I've already started getting like random emails from people. You know, it's not going to be good, but it is what it is. The best thing you can do is just not respond and not take anything personally and just deal, you know, like deal with it. And people are saying some pretty cruel things, and but what?
About you or Lana or both?
Well, they're saying bad shit about me. They're saying bad stuff about Lana. They're saying bad stuff. I'm on the
Oh
phone,
no,
dude.
we're aware. We're aware they're saying bad stuff about you. You made the whole video about it. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Man, listen. There's no way on this planet that you should have some online internet shit affecting your day-to-day life. This is the internet. Grow a pair is what I would always say. But Lana, Sarah, the whole gang, the whole group, they're not built like that.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? One second.
If you need to go, I'll call you
No,
tomorrow.
no, no, no. Hang on, hang on. Hey, yeah, so yeah, they're saying nasty stuff and all that, but it's just it is what it is. She's, you know, obviously like watching this stuff a million times, you know, over, and taking all of this criticism to heart. So what she's trying to do, I would imagine, and I haven't talked to her or anything, but
Don't.
I can empathize with how she's probably trying to, you know, stop the backlash by saying those things. And then she probably felt guilty that she did and said, let me try and be Sarah's friend. Yeah, I'm just trying to put myself in her shoes and say, okay, well, why would she do those two things at once?
She's trying to play both sides of the fence.
It seems like it, but I can understand why she would be saying that to that crowd.
Well, then she shouldn't have done that in the first place. And then my thing also is, do you know that we have no trust with her in any way, shape, or form ever going forward, right? There is no loyalty.
So I don't speak to her. She was your.
Well, I'm talking about me and we're talking about how do we know that this is not like, she's throwing out bait of commissary and a hot meal to see if I take it so she can go and make fun of me with the deep pockets comment that she made on her.
And I think that's just the type of thinking that's just idiotic and stupid. Why would that woman spend, and these hot meals that Lana's buying for her, right? So Lana's still doing things. Lana's going to the internet saying that she doesn't support Sarah, but behind the scenes, Lana's spending money, right? Lana's not going to spend $50 on these fucking hot meals, $45 on these hot meals if she doesn't actually believe in you, Sarah. Now Sarah's over here saying like, oh, we can't trust her. We can't believe in her. Lana's the only person who actually cared about you. The only person. The person you're talking to right now don't give a fuck about you. And let's be honest, is probably quite annoyed by you every time you call. The only person who ever gave a fuck about Sarah, she's dogging out right now. I mean, you love to see it. Because when time goes on and Julian and Peter go on and do what they're doing and we change topics and we cover what we're covering, Sarah's going to be all by herself with not a single person there, not a single person to look out for her. And it's coming real soon.
She said when she wanted to give you the hot meal that she would pay for it and that tell you it was from her.
You do realize that she can contact me directly also. I have not deleted her as a contact.
Yeah, but you're not responding to her. I don't know. I don't know. I can't like guess as to what her reasons are or for doing what she's doing. I mean,
that's fine.
I mean, I can.
So what do you suggest? I mean, it makes no difference because no one's approved. So, and remember her 1,000,001 reasons why she couldn't even apply. So now she's trying to go through you to.
Here, you want me to read you what she wrote me?
Oh my gosh, yes, please. And my thing is, so then why would she tell you that she was sending the money to you knowing that you're not approved and you, what is going on? Is this like a whole ploy to try to make fun of us even greater?
Okay, so she said,
He's like, okay, so she said, he completely ignored her. Man, listen, this is the same type of person, man, shit. This is the type of woman who drives their husband into a wall. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real, I'm gonna take you out with me type shit. I don't see how anybody would be able to withstand Sarah Boone's nagging. She's a nagger. She's the most naggy human being I've ever, like, just listening to her nag and nag and nag and continue and continue and continue and continue. It would make anybody lose their minds. I see why she's not married anymore.
Hey, Peter, long time. I texted you, but I remembered you said something about changing your phone number, which I never did. So I thought I'd email you on this address because you probably emailed me on the other one and I didn't reply. Sorry for all the redundancy with your multiple email addresses. I'm not sure which one you're looking at or used most. I also have a few I use for different reasons. I don't know what that means.
Oh my God.
I got contacted by Tanika, who, as you know, checks out on the reports on Sarah. She emailed me the visitor list, and it showed you were denied due to fraudulent info. She asked me if I knew anything, and I truthfully answered that I didn't have a clue. I didn't let her know that the name they showed was misspelled. They have you spelled as Peter Gunthier instead of Gunthal. I wonder if they couldn't verify you because of that misspelling. Handwriting is a tricky thing. Mine is the worst chicken scratch ever. I should have been a doctor. And then she said, Anyways, I was also curious because before Sarah and I fell out, I promised her a hot meal. I was going to ask you to get one, and I'd pay you for it. You wouldn't even tell Sarah if it was for me, and I keep like I kept my word, as it's been bugging me. It's misspellings. I'm not sure what that means. I am also giving you the heads up because I'm sure people will point this out. Tanika isn't the only sleuth receiving reports about Sarah, and they're still engaged due to the letter writing, family court, and appeal stuff. I have lots of thoughts on the letters and motions, but I don't want to burden you. I hope you're doing well, Lana Albert.
Yeah, it's getting worse and worse. Everybody's picking up the information that you guys are leaving behind. I like how Sarah feels like just because she's in jail and she's trying to keep information a secret, it doesn't mean that people on the internet aren't going to find out. And I really like how Lana's like, ooh, Tanika's not the only sleuth. There's a lot more other sleuths out there releasing the information. Oh my God, Sarah, it's not just Tanika. Don't get mad at me. Listen, bro, stuff like this is always going to come out. We live in the age of the internet. You're in jail and you're over here having conversation with randoms who want to make documentaries and people who just want to have a parasocial relationship with you. Best believe the internet's going to get their hands on that shit every single time. Every single time. There's going to be somebody who feels slighted. There's going to be somebody who feels like they didn't get the attention they needed. And eventually, just like Wade Wilson, just like Sarah Boone, just like Shonda Vander Ark, all that information is going to leak to the public because somebody feels slighted and now they're trying to air it out to the whole world. Listen, this is what I do, Sarah. This is what I do. This is my job. I knew there was going to be somebody with a whole bunch of information that eventually felt slighted, aka Pete and Julian, who was going to release this shit. Like, come on, bro. Sarah feels like she's the mastermind. Bitch, get the fuck out of here.
She's full of shit, dude. I'm sorry. Like, that makes no sense. Does she think that you're a stupid fool? You're not approved, so why is she going to how's she going to give you money for a hot meal? I say ignore it.
There's nothing I can.
Don't respond.
Yeah, there's like nothing I can do about it anyway. Even if she was going to give me the money.
She's only made everything worse. Whatever.
The problem is, it's just, the more fuel that she's dumping onto that fire.
Again, how do we know that this isn't her throwing out the hot meal bait, hoping I bite at it, to go back and say that she is deep pockets?
That she's what?
Deep pockets. She made the comment that Sarah needs to find friends that have deep pockets because she swears, and backed me up. She goes, Sarah, you've never asked her for anything. Out of all the letters that she's read, she's offered me everything. But she's making it out to be like, I'm like, can I, please, all the time with her, when I've had nothing on my account for how long, even before I even knew her, which is how she even got to know me in the first place, because she kept putting money on my account without me even asking, and I thought she was just another weirdo like the other ones were. That's what.
Imagine there's somebody giving you money for no reason and you call them a fucking weirdo. Man, I wish Lana was still alive to hear the way that Sarah Boone is talking about her today. You know what I'm saying? Somebody out of the kindness of their heart is trying to support you and you're calling them a fucking weirdo. Shout out. That's just another wholesome moment from Sarah Boone, man. We appreciate her.
I think this is. And that's the comment that she made. That was the day before she wrote me directly on my tablet and said, Sarah, I'm really rooting for you in regards to your family law case, and here's this information, and go kick his ass, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, are you serious? You just told me all the shit that you said about me the day before, and now you've got your pom-poms shaking them in my face? Like, you're insane. Like, I think she's insane. And then to know automatically that you're not approved, but to ask you to get me an effing hot meal because she's bothered by not getting it for me? Peter, something is not connecting in her brain.
Okay, so stop talking to her.
Yeah,
stop talking to her. The problem is Peter's like, yeah, something's wrong, and Sarah's like, oh yeah, I guess something's wrong, but they still fuck with her. Stop fucking with her. Cut her off. Block her. Man, Sarah's full of shit. She's just an evil little bitch, bro. And it doesn't matter who tries to help her. It could be Peter. It could be Lana. Eventually, she's going to find a way to disparage them. It could be James Owens, the only attorney ever who was able to work with her. she's gonna find a way to talk shit about them regardless.
Like I reached out to you, right? Because I have a mission, right? Like I have
Yes.
a cause that I'm working.
A whole purpose.
We have a mission. It
She's
just,
pitiful and lonely.
yeah, I think she's lonely. I think, and that breaks my heart. You know,
Does it really though,
probably
Pete?
trying to find
Does
purpose.
that really break your heart, Pete? Does that really break your heart? Because it doesn't break mine. It doesn't break any. It doesn't break a minute section of my heart. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. So does that really break your heart? Maybe I'm just a heartless motherfucker. You know? Oh, it breaks my heart. Sure. Sure it does.
Like most of us humans.
She hates her life, what she did to me and her and you guys. You have to know that. Her guilty conscience is probably real heavy on her ass now, and it's too far gone. There's no way you're ever crossing over my line, ever again.
She definitely did a lot of damage.
The same thing with me. People have to make stuff up. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But you have to admit, which is what I think you're getting to, it does hurt for them to be saying all of these monumental, ceaseless, unnatural, untrue rumors and accusations and anything that they can say ugly about you just because they can, because they have no lives and this is what they do.
Yeah, I mean, like I think I said to you this before. I mean, I think that YouTube and social media, it is its purpose, right? Which is not to look at the gray areas and things. It's basically for people to go online and look at cases and feel good about themselves, that they're not in that situation, and to look at whatever the narrative is and feel better about their own stuff. I mean, if you try to like go to these true crime channels and have them be a little introspective and look at the nuance, that's not the purpose. That's the purpose of a documentary.
Man, we look at the nuance all the time. All the time, okay? But sometimes, and this is gonna blow your fucking mind, okay? Sometimes there is no nuance to things, okay? Sometimes you're just a miserable, husbandless, alcoholic bitch who kills her boyfriend, God rest his soul, and now we start laughing at you for ruining your life. There's no nuance to any of that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, we watch some law and crime channels, and it's just to make you feel good about yourself. They're just there. No. People are going so hard on Sarah because there's nothing positive to cover about her. There's nothing. She's a drunk. She's an alcoholic. She's a cheater. She has shitty hair. You know what I'm saying? She smokes cigarettes. Everything about Sarah Boone sucks. There's no nuance to that. And I understand you're trying to make her feel a little good about herself, but don't worry, Sarah. We're not reporting on you because we're trying to make people feel better about themselves. We're reporting on you because you're just a flat out piece of shit.
There's a lot of stuff that still is unanswered. You know, I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here, but
Been there, done that.
it's like, you know, shoveling sand back into the sea.
Oh my gosh, I love it. That's what I said. I told her, well, this is when I officially disassociated myself with her and said, do not contact me again. I told her, I said, you and Tanika are one grain of sand on all of the beaches combined in every single universe that God created. You're nothing. You're minute beyond minute. And I said, there's too many of you guys to fend off. So just go be you, but just go be you somewhere else. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I said that her letters are running
And
out.
guess what? Tanika 2 Cents is over there being her by herself. And rest in peace, Lana. Because Lana was the only person who ever wanted to do a little something for you. Maybe felt a little conviction because she got some pressure from the outside world. And then you turn your back on her immediately. You should have turned your back on Pete and Julian because they're the ones circulating all these phone calls. But hey, I guess, you know, hindsight is 2020.
She's trying to find other cases that she can start on as opposed to me.
At the end of the day, Sarah, you got to take a step back and just be happy with who you are and understand your own intentions.
Hell to the yeah. You don't got to tell me that. Believe me, I love myself.
Hell to the
I guess I'm
yeah.
talking more about Lana, but you know
Thank you.
what these people say or what they do is because I frankly I just don't care. That's it.
I love you. And listen, just please, if you don't mind, like I told is chomping at the bit. I'm having to hold her back. Don't say anything, okay? I told her to be like a ninja and just watch from afar, okay? And if we have to attack, then we will. But please, don't respond to Lana. I fully want her to know that we have chosen our side as she has hers, and our loyalty lies with each other, and that doesn't include her. I'm never that hungry.
Our
Ever.
loyalty lies with each other, and it doesn't include her. Listen, the last person who had any type of loyalty connected to you, Sarah Boone, is dead, and that's Lana. Julian and Peter, they're still making money. They're still making money up until this day, January 19th, right? They're still making money off of you, Sarah, because you're a stupid bitch. Lana was the only person who would have lived and died for you, and nothing more would have came from it, right? But now you're with, Julian and Pete, who you think are these big time animal rescue people, and they're just leaking your information, making hella money off of you. How does that feel, Sarah? And I hope you're watching this shit from prison. I hope you have your little YouTube set up and you're tuned into Third Rail True Crime as they fucking bash you left and right.
Honestly, Sarah, like I don't even have any ill will toward Lana. Like I mean, I understand.
She betrayed me.
I understand.
You don't get it. She
Well,
betrayed me.
I think that what she did was wrong, and I told her that, and and
No, she's doing that to make other people like her because she knows of all people in her life, we don't. She did that. We didn't. So, listen, I know you got to go. Please tell me before we have to hang up. But when may I please call you again? Because there are good things that I have to tell you about, but it's way too much for me to tell you on the phone.
got a little free time right now. If you want to call me back.
Well, they're about to do head count, and we had 5 head counts earlier. We were on our bed. It started at noon, and we didn't get off of our bed until 2:48 when I called you for that split second, and then I had to get back up again because we had to do another head count because they had lost inmates, 5 inmates they couldn't find. So they did it over and over and over and over again, and we were on our beds for 3 hours. So they're about to do it again, so I won't be able to call you back until later, and girls already have their names on the damn phone. So that's why I was trying to figure out to simplify.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. She's just a motor mouth. They're going to call each other back later. Long story short. Okay? All the head counts and the missing prisoners, I can't deal with it. She's just a motor mouth that never stops talking. Ever. But anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed it, man. This is just Sarah, this is Sarah self-imploding, bro. She has supporters. She has people who care about her for whatever fucking stupid ass reason. I don't agree with Lana either. Rest in peace, Lana, but I think she probably was kind of a dumbass too. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny how you have all these random people to support you and you still are a nasty, evil piece of shit like Sarah. But stay tuned. We'll figure out what happens next, as time goes on. I believe Third Rail True Crime is going to drop some more videos. So, stay tuned. We'll see if that ever happens. But until then, folks, stay inside, stay safe. I love y'all. I'm out of here.